to reading. Today, as you can see, we're using polar bears again. And I have some of our charts that we've used for nonfiction books and fiction books, of course. Today, teaching point, I want to teach you it is so important to use an explaining voice when you are reading a book, especially with some really big words in it. What do I mean by that? What do you think an explaining voice is? I want you to tell somebody at home. Or you could tell a pet or a stuffed animal. Now, what I mean by an explaining voice is, for instance, Avery and I were talking about a driver's license. Am I going to tell Avery about the laws about driving? About how to get an ID? About all of the signs? No, I'm going to use an explaining voice. I told her, Avery, this is how you get a license. You have to go in and get your picture taken. You have to take a test to make sure you can drive. And I used an explaining voice so she wasn't confused. It's kind of like being a teacher. So when you're reading today, I want you to use an explaining voice, like a teacher, to make it simple for someone to understand your book. Okay? I'm going to give you an example. Look at this guy. I'm going to read this part, and then I'm going to think about how I can use an explaining voice. A polar bear's body is built for the Arctic. These bears have thick fur to keep them warm. Polar bears have thick fat, too. The fat keeps body heat in and keeps the Arctic cold out. If I wanted to explain this to somebody, I could say, a polar bear has super thick fur and fat to keep them warm because where they live, it is so cold that they need that to stay alive. Okay, so that is me using an explaining voice for this page. If you want to, if you were not able to find a book yesterday or today and you would rather use this book, you could pause the video and you could read these 2 pages right now and then use an explaining voice to talk to somebody at home about it. All right? That is our lesson for today, boys and girls. When you read, please make sure that you are using all of the things you know about reading while you're reading. All right? Good to see you. I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Enjoy!